Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get into some trades. This is my live account. I take money out of this account every so often. As you can see, we have a few trades. I'm gonna show you my strategy. So let me break this down for you in the simplest terms I can make it. And let me go to Claude and bring it up on the PowerPoint and stuff. Trading is real simple. I have a presentation for you guys. I got you. I'm gonna open this. Trading 101. First and foremost, you do need to know your candlesticks. Can we go into full screen? How you go into a full screen? I don't know. Do need to know the candlesticks. Me personally, you don't have to know the high of the candlestick and the low of the candlestick. You really don't need all that shit. But you do need to know your highs and your lows. Basically, highs and lows on how to read the chart. So, green candle, buys. I'm gonna put it in simple terms for everybody that's beginner traders. Simple terms, green candles. Oh, let's turn this fucking jazz music off. Turn it down. Green candles is buy. Red candle, sell. Okay? Green buy, red is sell. Next slide. Don't need to really know all of this, but except you do need to know these. Okay, big bodies. A big body candle, let's say you got a big bullish green candle. Okay, big green bullish candle. One side was in full control the whole period. That means it's very aggressive. We're currently just gonna be buying for the rest of the goddamn day. Might just be buying for the whole day until that candle close. That candle closed big, we're gone. A long wick. Uh, the best way I can explain a long wick is when price goes down to a certain key zone and then it pulls back and it creates that long bodied wick, which will be like something like this. It'll make a wick like that, make a wick like this or that, and then it'll just keep going down. So if it hit a key zone and then reverse, basically, sign of reversal, basically, that is your long wicks. A small body doji candle. Your dojis are indecisions. It's basically saying that neither side really took control, and you should wait for the next candle entry. Basically, you should, because you don't know where the fuck price is gonna go. Okay, you don't really need to know these. I recommend you do know the doji though, and the hammer candles, hammer and the shooting star. These three patterns right here, you should know. Camera pattern, candlestick patterns, you should know. Doji candle, indecision. Hammer candle, buyer stepping in. Seller's candle, shooting star, seller stepping in. Simple. That's all you need to know for that. Okay. I'm not gonna try to go over it too fast, but remember, green candles buy, red candles sell, and I'm just teaching you the on how to like the candles look and shit. But really, in reality, you really don't need to know all of that shit. You don't. I'm just teaching you the basics. Next, you have to be able to identify trends and what time frames to identify those trends on. Me personally, I recommend you start off on your daily to identify the trend. Then you go to your 4 hour to start setting up your key zones. And then you go to your 1 hour to start setting up, or not, no, you go to your 1 hour to look for entries, basically. So instead of using the 15, you can use the 1 hour and the 15-minute time frame for entries. But me personally, I like to use like the 1 hour most of the time because I get good ass entries off my key zones I'm marking off on the 4 hour time frame. And it's not hard to do markups on the charts at all. So, boom. Remember, time frame you are trading on daily, 4 hour, 1 hour. And this is for the niggas who done the basics already, but it's trying to like figure out a strategy. So I'm trying to teach you teach you this shit real quick, the time frames I trade on, and how to use my strategy completely. Cool. We're gonna get that out the way. So like I said, daily 4 hour to 1 hour. See, daily is that direction. The trend is going up or down. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for a trend. And then we're looking for structure points. Structure points, and we're basically where the zones or the candlesticks meet up at the same point or the same key zone they keep touching. That's what you're looking for. And then the confirmation candles, we are looking for a retest of that zone that either has been broken, and then we're looking for the confirmation for the either buy or sell. So boom. Highs and lows. To identify your highs and lows, the market goes for uptrend. Is high, creates this first high, boom. Then it makes a higher low, boom. Higher high, boom. Higher low, boom. Higher high, higher low. Cool. Now, signs of reversal. If it makes a higher high, then this higher, the previous higher low gets broken, and it makes a new lower low. So this signs of sales. So if that previous higher low gets broken, it's going into a reversal. So this is now going into a downtrend. So higher low, higher low, higher high, lower low. It breaks that higher low, lower low, then it goes into a lower high, and then goes back to a lower low. So until this lower high gets broken, then it will go back into an uptrend, if you catch what I'm saying. So if it breaks a higher low, it's going into a lower low, it's going to sales. Now if it breaks a lower high and retest and keep going, it's back into an uptrend. As long as y'all got that, that's market structure. Now remember, the market is like staircase. The market always has to come back to the point it started from. Okay? The market always come back to a point it started from. Please remember that. So just like how this is, boom, 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 boom. Well, this is like the lines. If I gotta show you what the actual candlesticks and on a smaller time frame. This is just high and lows. We're gonna get into that in a second. I'm gonna show you the step ladder, the staircase shit I'm talking about. Break of structure. All right. Whenever you get a break of structure, let's go back to this. Whenever you get a break of structure, you want to wait for price to either come back and retest that previous higher low or lower high, or that support zone, and then you want to see it either sell off for confirmation, reject completely off that support zone or resistance, but it's gonna become support. So if you're looking for buys, let's say you're looking for buys right here. Let's do this for example right here. Boom, price would have came back down, retested it on that line. If it was a pretend line here, and sold off. Not sold off, but bought up. If price wanted to keep going up. Now for this, lower lows and to predict sales, to retest the previous resistance, and then it shows that okay, we don't want to go higher. We want to continue selling down. You will take that entry, and I will show you once we get inside the actual market and then how all this shit works. I'm gonna show you all that shit. Price moves because of unfilled orders. What I am talking about, the strategy I usually trade, supply and demand or ICC, is really the same shit. Indication, correction, confirmation. That's all it is. Indication, correction, confirmation. You want to mark off your supplies and your demand zones, man. Whenever you're marking up on the charts, you want to mark those off, all right? Those are little boxes I'm going to show you how to make. But your demand zone is an area where price is based. And basically, it's basically a zone where buyers have a big hold. It's a big hold of buyers down there. So once price gets down there, what you want to wait is for price to bounce off that zone, retest, and then buy up again. Because that demand zone is a very strong zone, strong key zone that should not get broken most of the time. if price want to continue buying up. Now, that's if you're trading on the higher time frames. Now, for your supply zones or your biggest, those are big sell zones. Another key zone you want to look out for. You want to keep track of that shit. Like I said, you want to see price hit that zone or make the zone. You want to see it sell off a little bit past that zone, come back to retest that zone, and then sell off again. Indication, correction, continuation. Supply zones are big sell zones, demand zones are big buy zones. That's all you need to know about that. How to trade it. This is what it looked like. Price came, as you can see, like I said, when you're marking up zones, you're marking up areas where the candlesticks are going to meet, or elbow joints, I like to call it. Okay, so you can mark up this area right here. This is a key zone. As you see, price came up, price came down, hit this zone, and what you would do, you wait for confirmation that it wants to go up. But this is just a little paper shit. I don't know. This is not really a good example of how to use it. Support and resistance, same shit. You can trade off this all day too. If it's rejecting, you know it's going back to the demand zone. You keep doing one-to-ones with this all day. But resistance. Now let's say if the road flip. Let's say price wanted to break the resistance, and they want to continue going up. You have a strong support level. Price keep going up. It hits the resistance. Come back down a little bit. Break out. The breakout is break out of the resistance. Come back down to retest the old resistance and then continue out. Okay. So indication, correction, continuation. You will take your order. Once me personally, I would have took this candle. This candle right here would have gave me confirmation like, hey, we want to go back up. Okay, so but you want to wait for your confirmation. You don't want to be greedy and just jump in and out of trade. Be patient. So indication, the breakout, correction, the retest, continuation, continue buy off. Got it? Got it. I will show you how to mark up zones. I will show you how to do all that in a second. Whole playbook. Daily, 4 hour, 1 hour entries on the 1 hour to 15. That's really what I'm doing. So daily we're looking for trends. 4 hour we're looking for confirmation structures and waiting for price to actually reach our zones. Or if we know it's going to a zone, we can take a trade. We can take trades before it even gets to that zone. So you won't be missing out on no money at all. And then the 1 hour, we're looking for pure confirmations that, hey, we still want to go to this 4 hour zone that we marked off. And we're looking for entries. And we know guaranteed if we go to this 1 hour enter, it's gonna go all the way down or up. Cool. Risk management, keep it 1-to-1. Don't go nothing crazy. If you trying to hit like a clean, if you wanted to hit like your demand zones, hit it on the 4 hour. Don't go for no daily demand zones. Unless price is like really nearby that demand zone, or it previously hit that demand zone and took off and is going to the resistance. Then that's when you know you can hold for a long ass time. That's how you know. That's how trade by side be holding all his damn trades for a long ass time. He trade like this: 4 hour, 1 hour, daily 4 hour, 1 hour. That's it. That's all you need, and it's not hard. I know I'm probably making it seem hard, but when I show you, it's not gonna be hard. Like I said, risk 1% less. Don't trade big if you're starting off small. Beginner traders, I recommend you trade Forex. Don't hop into NASDAQ and gold, because gold and S&P 5, do not hop into those. Price move too fucking fast and it's gonna throw you off. I learned that. I'm learning this now as a trader. Start off slow. I done did the fast shit, so y'all won't have to do the fast shit. Do the slow Forex shit so you can really teach yourself your own strategy. Teach yourself the strategy, and then that way you can take it. Okay, I can take this to NASDAQ. I can take this to gold. And I know price is gonna be a little bit faster, but I know if it hit this key zone, I'll be patient. I wait for my confirmation. I know price always gonna go back the fuck down or up, whatever I put in for. All right, so take your time when you're taking these trades. Do not trade fast. Do not go straight to lies after this video, practice demo trading for like a week. You know what I'm saying? Get the strategy down for a week. That's what I did. Give yourself a week and then you go live. You know what I'm saying? I started off with a $30 account. Flip that bitch. Easy. After that week of just trying to perfect my strategy, yes, easy. So now we are done with the little PowerPoint and shit. Let's get into some actual shit, okay? We can close that. We can close that. We are going, my bad. We are going to go to Trade Locker. As you can see, I have a few trades already set up on my live account right now. I was up 40 earlier. I fucked around and trade silver and I fucked up. But as you can see, I'm getting a rejection off one of my zones already. And this is my confirmation. Hey, we're going back down. So I'm not worried about this is GBP. And I got NAS 100. I got this marked off as well. I see it's playing on this key zone right now. I'm gonna let it play, but I know guaranteed the shit gonna drop. I'm gonna be patient and let that motherfucker drop. Sometimes you just gotta hold and just be patient. Even though you see it's playing right here, it's gonna play. The market does that shit. Let it play out. Now if it break past and when I go back to up here, I'm gonna go ahead and cancel that motherfucker. We're going done with that because I know when to go back to this zone. That's about like a $20 loss, and I ain't trying to lose that much. But let's switch to a demo account. Switch to a demo account. I don't know if everybody's comfortable with Trade Locker, so I'm gonna do one on Trade Locker, and I'm gonna do one on Trading View. That's the word I'm looking for. Now, me personally, what I recommend people to trade to start off with, instead of going fast, go to your 4x majors, exotics, or your minors. Okay, grab any one of these pairs. Okay, personally, I would trade GBP CAD, GBP AUD. Mostly, really, I trade all of these, but the ones I'm sticking to are JPY, AUD CAD, AUD JPY, and CBP CAD, and CBP USD. Also, that should be in the majors. Also, this one as well. See, I already got it marked up and set up. I'm gonna do a different one. So I do USD JPY. This is a fresh one for me, so this is gonna be fresh markups. Okay, these are fresh markups for July 27th. So if you're looking at this video, it's July 27th. This video is pretty old if you're looking for it in the future time. But for me as a trader, I know that, okay, look, we're going to start off with our daily and we're going to mark off some key zones. Okay, key zones I see already is here. This is one of my key zones if the market want to come back down. So as you can see, we got it here. That's a key zone. You don't want to mark off that full area. You want to mark it to where it retests. So this candle, and this candle. Confirmation already. Hey, we done retested this daily. Now we finna go up and keep buying up. It's actually a good little trade. So once you mark off your daily demand and supply zone, I don't even think I got a supply zone fully yet, but we're gonna use this as a supply zone. I use this as a supply zone because it's showing me some resistance right there. Okay, boom, supply zone. Use that one as supply zone. What you do is drop down to the 4 hour. Once you get your daily markups done, 4 hour. Now we're looking for. Actually, it's about to sell. Holy shit. Okay, cool. So that is our supply zone right up here. The market already looked like it's about to sell off. It came up, retested, and as you can see on the 4 hour, that it wants to sell off. It's not pushing up like how it's supposed to. So what you want to do in a 4 hour, you want to mark up other key zones that could be confirmation zones, or you can just do this. This is now your new supply area. This here, supply area, not supply area, demand area. So this is your buy area and this is your sell area. You want to see price break this one. You want to see price. Let me see. Let me get you some arrows. What a path tool at. Boom. You want price to come down, break this, make an elbow joint, retest, and then continue selling off. And me personally, that sell off right there would be sell off back to this daily zone, daily demand zone, because we know buyers are sitting strong here. As you can see, the long wicks and the doji and the indecision right here. You see price don't want to continue going down. We see price jump back up to here. So now this is our new supply zone, and this is our new demand zone. So what we waiting for is price to break here. Price break here. Retest back into here. And then sell off all the way down here. But since we already created our first elbow joint, in all reality, we should jump back into up here. So a good entry would be, we got our confirmation wick. Hey, we're going back up. This is the official retest, basically. So boom. I could have marked off here. That's a key zone. But we're not gonna use that one. I would have put price. Let's see. Probably would have went more than that. Knowing me, I probably would have went 0.12 units. Had that bitch like this. I know I'm holding for some days, and I know this shit is not all the way guaranteed. Me personally, I'm not finna hold. This is a long ass hold. That's damn near like a month worth of a hold. So since we trading a small, a simple right there. I know price got to come back down here. I would have used this first high right here as a support. I should say trading for free. What the fuck? It's the demo account, right? Switch this one. But yeah, you get the point. You get the point. For some odd reason, they didn't take my trade. But you get the point. I would took a silver right here for sure. So boom. Right over that halfway line. Right on top of this first high. Easy pickings. Let's see. That's a long one. Let me get a short position so y'all can see it. Few pips. Stop loss right above. I know my break even would have been like right down here somewhere. Easy 1-to-1. That's an easy 1-to-1. And then you can catch another play again. So every day you can catch new plays as long as you got this motherfucker set up. But as you can see, price is already showing like, hey, we rejected off this here, and we're gonna wait for price to come all the way down here. I don't know why it won't take it. Trading is not allowed. Reach out to your broker or prop firm for more information. But as you can see, price is going to reject off that zone. That's a supply zone now, and now it's coming down. I would have took this trade, me personally, because I know that now on my daily time frame that we got some rejection up here. We got some rejection up here. We already rejected, made our elbow joint, and now we going up. Not going up, but we rejecting now, and now we selling off. Drop out to the 4 hour, you can see it. It's rejecting. 1 hour. This is for like actual confirmation. It's showing like, hey, we're not getting no higher than this. This week right here, we ain't not getting no higher than this. We made a new one, made a new low. So look at it. Higher high, lower low. Lower high. What's next? A lower low. But the overall trend for this is still technically bullish. The overall trend for this is still technically bullish unless price break here. And that's why I said, me personally, I would have took the trade, but I would wait for price to really break this shit and then show me like, hey, we rejecting all this, so we're going for some sales. So we just gonna wait. But that's another way you can set up supply and demand. Let me show you a better way. I shut it up. GBP USD. Perfect example. Okay. I already know I'm trading on this. Can I trade out this? Let me see. We're gonna go to my other account. Go to my other account. USD. Okay, cool. Remove drawings. Daily time frame. Now, like I said, we are marking off. What are we marking off? Let's start. We're gonna look to the left, and then we're gonna look to the right. First thing you do, look to the left, look to the right. We see that the market is in a what? It looks like a downtrend now. The market is now in a downtrend. Fuck all that other shit back here. Let's look at the recent dates. Anything recent we can use. Okay, cool. We see market in a downtrend. Let's mark off our demand zones. Areas of interest. So this right here is an area of interest. That is an area of interest. That is a daily area of interest. As you can see, market touched here and it touched back here again. That is your demand zone. Buyers are strong there. Up here, I would have marked off, let's say here. This right here is my supply zone for the daily. It's area resistance. You can see market came above here. That's about it. It came and it wicked off the top. I would have waited for rejection, sold off. See, it came up here, rejected off, sold off. Now, like I said earlier, we have our demand and supply zones for our daily. Now, as you can see, market hasn't reached our daily demand zone yet. So instead of waiting for market to come down and try to touch the demand zone, you probably gonna be waiting for days for that shit. Fuck no, we're not doing that. What we want to do is drop down to our lower time frames. The lower time frames also give us confirmation as well. We drop them down to our lower time frame. We know market is in the sell right now, so we're looking for resistance points of interest, or previous support points. Sometimes you can't see it on the 4 hour, but if you scoot down to the 1 hour, you can see it more clearly. And I said the market is a staircase and it always come back to the point it previously fucking made. Okay, so let's start from the top. As you can see, where's our first resistance? Can't use that one as no resistance. Here. Our first real resistance was here. See, the market came and touched here. Let me see, right about there. That was our first real resistance. Hey, we got market don't want to go back up. Cool. Then we have, but that was our key zone. That's one of the key zones it needed to come off of on the 1 hour. That is a key zone. So it came back, retested that resistance, and showed like, hey, we don't want to go down any. We don't want to go up anymore. Okay, cool. Any trades after this should be straight sales, because this could have been a buy, and even here it could have been some catches. But since we just jumping in, we're looking for staircases. So another resistance here. I like mine. It's like that. I ain't trying to mark off that candle. It's that candle, straight resistance. As you can see, market broke down, played in this zone, consolidated a little bit, but it broke, came down. Look, breakout. That's your indication. Correction. It came back up to retest this zone. Like I said, the market is like staircases. What it's doing? Making staircases, gang. If you really peep the shit. Broke out. Indication. Indication like, hey, we want to continue down. Correction. Came back to retest that zone, and then continuation, and it completely sold off. Now, what the market is going to do again? Now at that last correction zone where it made that elbow joint right here, you will mark that off on your 1 hour time frame. That would be your new zone. Okay, that is your new zone. Now what we're waiting for is market to say, hey, I want to really reject off this motherfucker and I want to reject off this and not continue buying. Okay, that's what we're waiting for. So we can sit here and wait for this, but me personally, I know that the market is already going to do that. So what I would do, I would set a stop loss above this previous high, above the zone, above all this shit, above the zone. I would take that, and mark either my daily, because I know it's getting close, daily zone. A little bit above it, because sometimes I like to kiss the zone and not really touch the zone. But that'll be my zone, and I probably went up a couple units. I probably went up like, if I was up a little more on my live account, went up like 15 units, about 15. That's a $178 play. And this is just trading off of the higher time frames and then using the lower time frames to snipe for entries. This is a smooth 1-to-1. This is my example of a smooth 1-to-1. I like this. This is a good play. Now, what I want to do, I want to wait for confirmation. Okay, I got my indication. You see it broke out here. The correction is going back up to the top. And now for my continuation, I'm waiting for price to reject off of this previous support, which is now resistance. We want to see it. We don't want to take this. We don't want to continue going up, basically. So I drop down to the 15 minutes to get a good eyeball on this motherfucker. Drop down to the 15 to get a good eyeball. And let's see price reject off this. And I'm going to stay live for y'all. We're going to keep this recording for y'all. We're going to keep this from recording. Wait for price to reject off this. I'm going to fast forward this a little bit. So give me a few seconds. All right. Testing. We have a price rejection. We getting price rejection now. We finally getting confirmation. So like I said, for sure, price would be for sure down here like this. And this will be my confirmation for a sell. As you see, we got our indications. As you see, price is also like a staircase, like I fucking said. Okay? Glad I fast forward all this shit. I'm gonna edit all this shit tonight and get it done and sent to everybody today. Yes, indeed. Price is like staircase, gang. So let's say we can start from I put my path tool as my favorite, so I want to keep doing that. So see, price came down. Actually, price came down. If we zoom in a little more, you can see it. Boom. 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 Staircase. There's more of a staircase. The patterns start really forming here. It's gonna come back up, touch here, and it's gonna sell off. It's like a staircase. Smooth that down here. I use this zone as a placement holder. Placeholder. As you see, price touched. We didn't have nothing really here besides that. You use that as a zone too, but I use this one as a zone. It's more of an order block here as well. So use that one. Price just started making a staircase. Big ass staircase. Here to here to here. If you can mark up your zones correctly, you can get good trades. As you see, I'm already up $1.80 off a good entry. Okay. We got price. We got, I think time is it's gonna close. So we drop down to the 15-minute. You can really see it. Price closed. We're gonna move this around because we gotta look already. We can move this out of the way too. See, price made a doji candle showing like, hey, we got an indecision of whether we want to go up or down on the 15-minute time frame. And now we are getting our sell off into this zone as well. And this is also a key zone for the 1 hour time frame. This is it's a resistance zone. So this is now a resistance, originally a support. See, price rejected off of this zone, and now it's starting to sell off. So this right here would have been a good entry. Perfect time to take a cool 1-to-1 to here, really. If you wanted to do a small one, cool 1-to-1 would have been like, me personally, I would do like the hour or some shit. Target like there. Cool little 1-to-1. Smooth little 1-to-1 right there. You know, that way you can get into the next zone, which will be here. This resistance. Not this resistance, but this support right here. That'll be your next zone. But you can have, because we know it's going to blow past this regardless. It's gonna have to blow past this zone to make a fucking elbow joint, and then come back to retest the zone and then sell all the way off to the daily zone that we are aiming for. But we already up $1.50. If you guys want to see more of like a live trade, this is really my strategy. It's nothing crazy, just playing off your zones. That's literally all I'm doing all this. Just playing off your zones. Mind you, starting off daily, 4 hour, to the 1 hour. If you want me to like go more in depth, I don't know how more in depth I can get with it. This is probably the best way I can explain the shit. And I'm not trying to make it hard for anybody because it's really not. All you're doing is finding key areas. Okay, your key areas are where candlesticks are touching. Candlesticks are continuously touching that. Okay, so remember, you start from your daily and you do your markups. Okay, you see candlesticks are touching here. This is my key zone here and here. We're doing recent markup. Look left and then look right. Always look left and then look right for your candlesticks. Okay, so left. See, okay, cool. We got some touches here and we got a retouch here, so we know right here. So key zone. All that key zone. Key zone. Okay, so now we got our supply and demand for the daily time frame. We ain't got to touch nothing or no more for the daily. And we got our trend bias, so we know it's going into a downtrend. Now for the 4 hour, like I said, you're looking for key zones, key resistance zones. I know this is a resistance zone. This here is another zone. Really, for the 4 hour, you might not even have no resistance zones, to be quite honest. Unless you can count this one right here. This can be a zone. Anything you mark off can be a zone. This also can be a zone. You're just trading on the 4 hour time frame, not looking for no confirmations. You're gonna have a lot of zones marked off. You see, I'll start this zone multiple times, then finally went up. You could use this as a support for this. Now, but for the 1 hour, it's really confirmation, and this is why I really get to marking off my key zones and stuff. You see, we already up $2. I showed y'all how to mark them off. Like I said, you're looking for areas of resistance and where the candlesticks meet at, or areas of support and where the candlesticks meet at, same shit. And you just marking them off, gang. Mark them bitches off, play out the zone, and you want to wait. So let's say we got a like I said, indication. It broke this zone. Then we got we got another indication for the correction. Okay, look, we not as if you've seen the market just continuously play like this, you can see it slowly trickling up. That's how you know you're getting a correction. If it don't break past that new low, and it creates a new higher low or a new higher high, you can kind of tell. You can just tell. These little wicks right here are showing me like, hey, we want to go back up. So that's my zone right here. That would have been another zone I marked off. Wait for the retest. I would have got in here, sold off. Same thing I did here. Break. I got an indication for a break. Then I got my correction indication as well. I see we made a zone here, support zone here, and I'm also just now getting my indication for a continuation as well, so a sell. So I can take this easily, easy 1-to-1 for this, easy 1-to-1, and you can easily pass evals with this shit. It's so simple. It's not hard to use, but we up right now, and I also want to check my live account because I haven't checked that one yet. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video, man. We down right now on the live, but GPP finna sell off right now. Nas showing me that hey, we probably want to go back up. Probably want to go back up, so I might close this one. Might. Keyword might. We didn't break past this zone, so we might go back up and continue up. This might be a strong buy zone. So like I said, I should have waited for confirmation for it to break and then go for a sell-off. So what we're gonna do is gonna close this one. Close this. See, we're going back up. I can take a small one. I ain't gonna take nothing crazy. I see we still didn't retest this 4 hours on. I should have held. Should have held. Should have held. Like I said. That's why I get for not holding. Exactly what I get for not holding. But I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure you want to go back up. I'm gonna see what I do. But other than that, hope y'all enjoyed the video, man. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, man. Hope y'all fuck with this shit for real, for real. And for my trading group, this is also for y'all. So I hope y'all fuck with the strategy. I'm gonna edit all this shit down in a little bit. But I hope y'all understand that the market is really just staircases. It's not hard to really trade on this shit. You can do this shit in your sleep. Okay. All right. Fuck with y'all. Y'all have a great day. Y'all have a great night, whatever time it is. Deuces.